Hi, I'm Kiara Bailey, and this is Get Rich as Fuck. So, new blog up on the website, and for those of you who like to listen rather than read, you're going to get the breakdown of it here. So I got this comment on one of my last posts, and I just want to address it, right? If you hear me talk a lot about it, and even on the last blog post, it was about getting happy and how happiness really moves you forward in your life and allows you to receive more and have more come in, right? So I don't know how the fucking hell everybody's walking around not knowing how to be happy, but I'm going to help you right now, right? So happiness to me is where you are just so fucking blissed out on how much you love your life and who you are as a person and what it is that you're doing that, like, you might just spontaneously cry, right? There might be a time you're driving in your car, you think about how fucking great your life is, and you're like, "Wah!" Right? That's happiness to me, right? That's being happy when you're just in appreciation and gratitude for what you have to the place to where it's a bit overwhelming at times, right? So I understand if, like, people haven't experienced that before. Not very many people actually have. But, you know, we're going to go over it, and I'm going to, you know, help you figure it out, because the fact that we're running around saying, I have to get to the top, I have to do all this shit, I have to keep going, and somehow I'm going to end up happy at the end of it, right? And that we're like this, like, you know, strong, independent woman if you do all of that shit. It's like, no, you're fucking not. Like, you're weak. You're fucking imprisoned by the things that you think you have to do that everybody else is making you do. And you're a hot mess, right? Like, how many people can relate to that? Where you're like, yes, this is, here I am, and all of my disaster, I'm a strong, independent woman. And I think that that's one of the fucked up things about this whole situation is that what people say you're going to end up getting at the end of it's not what you end up getting. No matter how well you play the game, no matter how much you try to, like, stay within the lines and the parameters everyone's created, like, you're not going to get there. You're not going to become a strong, independent woman when you're spending 90% of your time trying to fucking please other people and live up to their expectations of who you are. So, you know, there's the question that we have to ask, like, how are you going to get happy when you don't even know what your happiness is, right? When you haven't defined it for yourself, like, how are you going to get happy? So we're going to do a little exercise, right? Pen and paper, going to do some work. For those of you that don't want the exercise, fine, don't do it. Doesn't matter. You don't have to show up for me. You can show up for yourself. But this is something I think will really kind of help you and make you start to be able to find out what your happiness is and get to that place of, like, joy, right? So what makes you happy? So get a piece of paper, pen, right? Left side of the paper, you're going to write down what makes you feel good. So these are all the things that make you feel good. Now, it could be like going for a walk, it could be making, you know, taking a bath, it could be drinking fucking wine every night. Like, what makes you feel good, right? Being with friends. Is it that you had the chance to actually, like, go get your nails done? Or is it something, you know, a little more simple, like just, I want to sit and read a book, or I want to sit outside on my patio. Like, that makes me feel good, right? So write that list down of all the things that make you feel good on the left side of the paper. And listen, you could spend a week doing this if you want. Like, I don't care. Take as much time as you need, but, like, write down all the shit that makes you happy. You know, getting to see your family, talking on the phone with your friends, going for a hike. I really like riding my bike. Like, I went on vacation and rode a bike for a week all around, you know, Amsterdam, and now I'm, like, obsessed. It makes me really happy to ride my bike. That wasn't there 2 years ago. I wasn't there 6 months ago. Riding my bike didn't really make me that happy. Now it makes me really happy, right? So this list is evolving and changing, right? And then on the right side of the paper, like, write down all the shit that makes you feel bad. Like, so for me, if I have to sit there and try to decode some sort of computer program situation where I have to enter a bunch of, you know, names and shipping weights and stuff, like, that makes me feel horrible, right? Like, I have no interest in that. If I have to be the person who, like, gets the shit done rather than comes up with the idea, nah, I don't like that. That doesn't make me feel good. Not interested in that. I don't like making appointments. I don't like having to be, like, in charge of getting a hold of somebody and tracking them down. And there's all these things that I have that, right, that make me feel bad. Also, like, being around people who are shitty, you know, being put in a situation where you have a conversation with someone and you leave there and you feel worse than you were before. And we unfortunately have these people in our lives every day, right? Where it's like, yeah, I know a couple of them that I have to see on Wednesday, right? Like whatever. But that's the stuff that makes me feel bad. So you write down all the stuff, you know, that makes you feel bad. So you have a good list, right? And you have a bad list. And this is the good list, is the stuff that makes me feel good. And this is the bad list and the stuff that makes me feel bad. Then once you have your list, and you want to make sure you have like, you know, 15, 20 things on that list, obviously. Like you don't want to have 2 things. Or you can have a fucking 100. Like, it doesn't matter, right? You have your 2 lists. And then this is the part that's really, really simple, but also a challenge for a lot of people, right? Like that good list, you need to read it every day. Every day, look at that good list and be like, this is what I like. This is what makes me feel good. And then do the things, right? Like build those things into your life. That's where your happiness is going to come from, is what makes me happy, what makes me feel good, and am I doing 4, 5, or 6 of those every single day, right? That's when you look at people and you look at the joy that's in their life, it's because they're doing what they love and they're doing what makes them feel good. So if you're not doing what you love and you're just doing a bunch of shit that makes you fucking upset and unhappy, where do you think you're going to be? You think you're going to have happiness doing a bunch of shit that makes you unhappy? No. Very simple, right? Read that list. Do it. Every minute of the day, as often as you like, once a week, whatever, just try to do it, right? So that's the first goal, is do the good shit as often as possible, right? And then the second thing is read the bad side of the list and never, ever, ever fucking do any of it. Anything that you have that's on that list that makes you feel like shit, don't fucking do it. Don't be around it. Don't participate in it. Tell people you're fucking busy. You don't have time to go. You know, you have to wash your fucking dog or like your hair or like something. Be like, I will be blow drying my hair for the 4 hours that your thing will be going on that I don't want to go to, right? Like start standing up for yourself and building your happiness, because this is the challenge, is even if you do spend every day doing all the stuff that you like, those moments where you're doing stuff you don't like will take away your happiness, right? They will steal your joy. And people, for some fucking reason, and I don't know why, love to steal other people's joy. I don't know if it's something that's built into us as a human being, but like rather than building people up and helping them be happy, people like to steal your joy. And if you don't believe me, just think about the last time that you said, like, oh, I'm going to do this thing. Oh, I have tickets to this thing, whatever. And did someone say to you, wow, that's so amazing. You're so fantastic. I can't believe you get to do that. Or you're going to do that. You're going to be so successful at it. Or were they like, do you think that's a good idea? Is that really the best thing to do? How are you going to do it? Right? Like, people want to steal your joy. So unsubscribe to the fucking bullshit. Like, get the fuck away from that stuff whenever you can, and make it a mission in your life to do less of the bad shit. Right? Whatever's on that bad list, like, do less of it. Because the part that everyone fails to realize is your boss doesn't fuck up your life, your friends don't make it sad, your boyfriend doesn't, create a big disaster in it. You do. So by you allowing yourself to have this shit in your life and focusing on the negative component of it, allowing it to be there rather than just having all the good, you're the person who's in control. Right? And I think that the part that we fail to realize is like, you're in control. You control all the good, you control all the bad, right? That's fucking powerful. Like the fact that you're so powerful that you create good shit in your life, and you're so powerful that you create and allow the bad shit in your life, is a place that you really, really have to think about. So we don't have the power to control other people's behaviors. We don't have the power to control what they do, if it's fucked up, if it's right or wrong. You only have the power to control your own, right? And you can control your own feelings on how you feel about the other person's fucked up behavior, right? You can let it bring you down, or you can fucking just go crazy and soar in spite of it. Think about the concept of you grew up poor, you grew up with your parents telling you weren't going to amount to anything, or people around you saying that, and you make a decision. You validate their opinion, you end up doing nothing with your life, or you say, you know what, I'm gonna fucking do something in spite of this, right? So try this, okay? I have in the blog, you know, take it out for a spin, dress it up, put some fucking heels on it. Try it out. Try out what it feels like to know what you love. Know what makes you feel good. Know what makes you feel bad. Do what makes you feel good, and never fucking do what makes you feel bad, right? Because here's the deal. If you're gonna fucking rule this world, then you are going to have to be in charge of it. And if you're living your life from a place where every day this makes you feel good and that makes you feel bad, and you're not in control of any of it, you're never gonna fucking run it, right? And that's just, at the end of the day, right? You create your good shit. As always, subscribe, share this with anybody you think you know who needs to learn how to get happy, and let's get rich as fuck.